Death is like the wind, always by my side.
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do a Yasuo tier list. We just did a Yone one. We're gonna do a little double upload on both channels, one Yasuo, one Yone. That'd be good to do it on the same time, same day. Yeah, this is just gonna be. We're doing another one just because of durability patch and the most recent patch was sustain nerfs. But yeah, in general, I think Yasuo is way better this patch than Yone, 100%. 100%. At least a challenger. Yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, we're gonna do top. I don't really want to do top matchups, honestly, but I guess I'll put it in. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna start with Aatrox. I mean, it's just terrible. Like, I mean, it's not the worst of the worst, but yeah. Our matchup, I want to say it's Yasuo favorite for sure. It's not the easiest. I don't think this matchup is just like, oh, it's free. It's really not. But obviously, like, I'd much rather be Yasuo than Akali. Yasuo favored. Her early game's really bad. You could take advantage of her really hard. So just like let it push, just freeze. And yeah, she can't really fight you at all early on. And as long as you win roll her E, she does no damage. So yeah, very good lane. Akshan, honestly, Yasuo favorite. I think Yasuo does really well into Akshan. He's just a melee bully, but yeah, after like level 3, you win wall, you start winning. So yeah, seems good. Anivia, honestly, another one. Yes, Yasuo favorite. Like this is what I'm saying. Yasuo just feels a lot better this patch than Yone. Yeah, it's just Anivia can't really do too much. I feel. You kind of just like abuse her really hard early game with lethal tempo. So, yeah. Annie, I'm gonna put Yasuo favorite too. I don't think this matchup's at all good for Annie. You just go MR early and runes, and you kind of just shit on her. You just run her down. Her early game's really bad. Orion Soul, Yasuo favorite. I mean, no one plays a champ, so. Azir, I want to put even. Honestly, is it even bad? Maybe it's Azir favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna put it's Azir. Because you can't really, like, yeah, you can wall his Q, but he just has so much poke early. It feels really bad. Brand, nobody plays. Also favorite. See, this is gonna look a lot worse than it is because like all the top matchups are gonna be like really bad, but like, bro, nobody plays Yasuo top. Just like, yeah, you ought to lose. If you're playing Yasuo top, you deserve to lose. Cassiopeia even, I think you can abuse her really hard early game, but once she gets items and Everfrost, I think she kind of takes advantage of you. So yeah, you need to shit on her early, like really hard. I definitely think Yasuo wins early. Cho'Gath, probably not very good for Yasuo, honestly. Like he out sustains you, he gets too tanky. Quirky, Yasuo favorite for sure. I'm gonna put it as easiest. This matchup is really easy. He doesn't poke you early, he just, yeah, he kind of gets shit on. Kind of hard to kill him, he's got to save, but yeah. Darius, awful. I don't really want to talk about the top lane matchups. I don't play top lane, and Mundo outstats you. Can't really do anything about it. Diana, nobody plays solo lane Diana. Echo, Yasuo favored. Yasuo does really well into Echo, even better than Yone. Can't really do anything to you. So win wall his Q, then you just don't get by his W, which you never should get by W, and yeah, easy lane. Fiora, like impossible. Fizz, also it's an even matchup. I think Yasuo could definitely win it though. Especially if you go like early MR, like I just said on a mantle, and he can't burst you. Pretty fun lane, honestly. Pretty fun. Galio, I'm gonna put even. He can't kill you. He can't really. You can't kill him though. GP. I think nerf his early game, so maybe it's a little bit better. Gnar, I don't even think Gnar's a good lane, honestly. Enemy favored. Gnar got too many buffs, honestly. Garen. I mean, early game, it's Yasuo favorite, so I'll put it as even. Gragas, even. You're never gonna kill him. Graves. He's just so annoying early game, man. Champ just overstatted. I don't know. I don't really burst it so lane, but I'm still gonna put enemy favored. Timer. I'm not gonna put it as easiest because if you get hit by one E, you kind of die. So. Karthus or Karma. Karma, I want to say is even. Gonna kill her, but she can't really kill you. Karthus, Yasuo favored. He can't really hit Qs. You're so agile. He has no CC. Seems pretty good. Kassadin, Yasuo favored. It's Kassadin, you just freeze early game, he can't play the game at all. You get cheater recall on him. Katarina, you counter her whole kit. Counter. Gwen, I have never played this lane ever. I'm gonna say it's probably Gwen favorite. Feels like any top laner. It's on Yasuo. Irelia, the people that say Yasuo beats Irelia, oh my god. Not the worst of the worst, but enemy favored. Alawi. Honestly, even because you have win wall for E, so I think it's actually playable a little bit. Well, it's probably enemy favorite because like you have to play perfectly to win this lane. This list is gonna look a lot worse than it is because like a lot of these matchups you shouldn't even be versing anyway, just because like, I mean, you're gonna be playing top Yasuo. Jax, impossible. Have fun. Like, you're going 0-20. Jace, definitely enemy favored, but not the worst. That type of lane, it's like even if you win wall his EQ, he still wins. Like the trade, I don't know, kind of annoying. Kale, definitely one of the easiest lanes in the game. Just get on an early game. Kennen's Kennen favored. Too much CC too hard to get onto. And Blood, it's impossible. I don't know how to win that matchup. You just lose. LeBlanc, probably one of the worst mid laners to verse in the game. Feels really bad. Honestly, I put it enemy favored. For Yone, it's the worst, but for Yasuo with Windwall, it's a little bit more playable. Not to miss any. Sandra, I want to say, is like pretty even. It's kind of like Galio. Same thing. Do anything, but yeah, Yasuo definitely does win early if you can get onto her. I'm losing my place. Lucian, nobody really plays it, but I'll put it as like favored. Akshalnin. Lux, Yasuo favored. I don't think it's the easiest because she can still like land shit on you and like she shouldn't ever like be in your range, so definitely not as easy as Corki Kale, but still really good. Malphite, I mean, I'm not even gonna put it as even, it's just enemy favorite just because like you can't kill him and then like after he gets enough items, he just like outstats you, so. Malzahar, easiest. This matchup is so easy for Yasuo. Like, Malzahar cannot play the game. Every time I play this lane, I solo kill Malzahar like 10 times. I don't know where it comes from, or Malzahar is a hard lane, but it's just so insanely easy. You can't get by his Q. You can't. You one-shot his W. Get QSS for his ult. 3 of his abilities are useless against you. Bam. He has one ability. You know? Most annoying thing is you have to build QSS. That's it. The lane is not hard. Mordekaiser, definitely enemy favorite. I feel like you can't kill him, and then after 6, he kind of just runs you down. I could put Morgana solo lane. Nasus, awful. Like, this lane is so bad. You could beat him early, but literally after 6, you can't play the game. He withers you, runs you down with Ghost. Like, it doesn't matter how far you're ahead. I don't know. It's literally impossible. Only winning lane, only like time you can win is if you solo kill him like 10 times before 6. Like, literally. I don't know. It's so bad. Nico, it's definitely better. I want to say it's even. I want to say it's even. So it's a way more annoying Lux though. Olaf, impossible. Lane does not sound playable. Oriana, it's definitely Yasuo favored. Kind of like can win wall all of her shit, and then if she ever has to like, if you can ever get a freeze off, you just run her down. It's like a worse Victor in my opinion. A pretty good lane for Yasuo with tempo. Ornn, I think if you rush Bork, it's actually a Yasuo favorite. So, like, you can win wall his shit. Obviously, early game is terrible, but yeah. Pantheon, awful lane, not playable. Poppy, not playable. Diana, I would say it's either even or enemy favored. I'll say it's even. Just because this matchup is easier for Yasuo than it is for Yone, because Windwall is really good. You can Windwall her Q, Windwall her ulti. So yeah, I think it's pretty even. For that reason. Quinn, I want to say it's Yasuo favorite. Early game's annoying, but obviously you have Windwall and everything, so it was pretty good. Renekton, I mean, impossible. Rengar, physically impossible. Riven, physically impossible. Just not possible lanes. You will just get chain CC'd and die. Rumble, not possible either. Like, these 4 champions are just like, I don't know, it's just 4 in a row. Impossible for Yasuo and Yone. They're just such bad lanes. Very, very bad. Rise, I think it's Yasuo favorite. You could even windwall like his E so he can't like snare you, and then you just get on him and kill him. Was a good lane. Sejuani, I don't think is. You don't have enough damage to kill her as Yasuo. Like, maybe if you rush Bork you can, but I think it's enemy favorite. The early game is just so bad. Once you get Bork, you could probably win, but you can windwall her shit. Keep that in mind. Like, windwall her E passive, windwall her ulti. Okay. Seraphine, easiest lane, but by far easiest lane in the game. Like there's no easier lane than Seraphine. Seraphine, then we have Set. Impossible. Definitely not a playable lane. Jen, I don't want to say it's the worst, but it's really bad. It's definitely super enemy favored. Playable. Maybe once you get Bork, but yeah, before then, have fun. Wrong solo lane, I'll put it just because I put it for Yone. It sounds enemy favored, she just outstats you. Again, maybe once you get Bork, you win. Too long. Singed. Is it easiest or Yasuo favored? I think he can cut you really hard, but like early game is really good, but he's gonna just proxy, so I want to say Yasuo favored. It's not easiest. It's because he cuts you really hard. It's not as like I'd much rather be Yone. There we go. Scion, he kind of outstats the shit out of you, but I still think it's Yasuo favored. You could dodge all of his shit, but yeah, early game really bad. Once you get Bork, you would win them. Swain, Yasuo favored. Not the easiest because Swain is like a really good champion after 6, and it can be kind of annoying. So only reason I'm not putting him easiest, but definitely Yasuo favored. Silas, Yasuo favored. You can win while his E. Just have so much sustain damage. Definitely a lane that's actually good for Yasuo. It's kind of like an even lane though. It's even. I feel like I win this lane like every time though, so I'm just gonna put a high Yasuo favored. Syndra's actually an even lane. Like, oh, you can win while her stun. Yeah, but like, if you don't win while her stun and she saves it, you just die in one hit. So definitely a skill matchup. It can be really annoying if the Syndra's good. So I'm gonna put it even. Thomas Kench. Put him just because people always like complain when I don't put him. Just outstats you. Talia, I actually don't think Talia is that bad of a lane. Put it even. It's like, yeah, she has anti-dash properties, but like as long as like you bait out her E and then just don't dash through it and just wait, then she like can't play the lane. I think it's like that though. Put it as even. Talon, I'm gonna put Yasuo favored. Obviously if you die one time, you're just gonna go 0-20. But you win well for his W, he can never proc passive on you as long as you play it right. Yeah. Yasuo favored. Timo. Okay, I swear it's enemy favored. Well, I'll put it as even. He just has so much. They buffed him so many times, man. But if you win while his Q, you do just like all in him, hold to 0 him. But if you don't, and you get hit by the stun or the blind, you kind of do that mind. Stana, put Yasuo favored. She can't really do much to you. If you win while her bomb, she kind of just dies. Good lane. Where are we? Trundle? That sounds impossible. That sounds physically impossible. If you're ever against a Trundle at top lane, yeah, you fucked up. That's why you don't play Yasuo top. Tryndamere, I think it's Tryndamere favored. Like, yeah, you can win it, but it's so much easier for Tryndamere. I think Yasuo has to like play perfectly to win. So, just the Fate. He's one of these matchups in the game of all time. It's always been like that. Always a TF counter, but nobody plays TF, so we never see the champ. Unfortunate. Urgot, I would say it's pretty not impossible, but enemy favored. If you can like remove the ulti and like get Bork, you can. Or then he kind of just outstats you. Vayne, I'll just put Vayne top. I'll put it as Yasuo favored. It's Vayne, it's an 80 carry, you should win. Win wall. Veigar, Yasuo favored just because of his E. His E is really annoying for gank setup, and yeah, putting you in a cage, you can't use your dash, is really annoying. I'm not gonna put as easiest, but definitely Yasuo favored. Win wall, his Q and ults. Vel'Koz, Yasuo favored. Has a lot of range though, so it can be kind of annoying. Vex, probably one of the worst lanes you can verse. Honestly, this lane is annoying. Yep, just completely counters you in lane. It's kind of like when you think of like anti-dash champs, I think more of like this champ than Talia. Like Talia's like out of lane it's annoying, but in lane it's not annoying. But in lane, my god, dreadful. Viktor. I'll put it even. I'll put it as an even matchup. It's because Viktor with like scorch buffs and everything can like be really annoying. So definitely put it as even. It's really hard to kill him, and if you go even, it's not good for you at all. Vladimir, I want to say it's an even lane. You win early, but if you fuck up one time and like go even against them, you're gonna hard lose the game. So the reason I'm gonna put it as even. Volibear, I mean, sounds pretty impossible. You verse it. Warwick sounds pretty impossible if you verse it. Wukong, another one, not playable. Zero, same thing as Volkaz. I mean, just really mage. Kind of annoying because you can't really get on these champions, but that's the only reason I don't put these two champs as easiest. You can't get on them, you know? They have too longer range. Yone, even. I think it's just an even lane. Yasuo has an advantage early game, but if you don't like abuse him the first couple levels and you go even, Yone kind of takes the edge. So it's yeah, it's an even lane. Gotta play it efficiently. This guy, I don't know. He just probably outstats you. If he lands one E, you kind of just die. Zed, I want to say it's an even lane. Pretty even lane. Go matchup. Take exhaust. Go early armor if you have to. And yeah, kind of a fun lane this patch. Ziggs, I mean, I'll just put in the same. Kind of just like clear the waves and like you can't really get onto them, but definitely Yasuo favorite. Like, the difference between like easiest and these are like Zillion. Zillion is easiest. Like he can't just like clear waves easily. If you freeze, they're like you just run down Zillion. Like these champions, if you freeze against them, they can't play the game. Whereas like these three are purely mages. If you freeze against them, they can just still like clear the wave from like 10 yards away, and you can't get on them. It's only like why I don't put them in. It's still like obviously Yasuo favored because you're gonna have push on them and like control the wave. Basically, if you could have control the wave, it's favored. Like you're favored in the matchup. That was another one. She could be kind of annoying though with her ulti, so I'm not gonna put her as easy. And last one, Zoe. Zoe, I would say either even or enemy favored. I want to say it's even. Her early game could be kind of annoying, but like after a certain amount of time, she doesn't really have any mobility. So if you like win while her sleep, you get onto her, she kind of just dies. So yeah. But yeah, you can check the Yone channel and see the tier list for Yone. But yeah, overall, I think Yasuo just has way better matchups this patch. 100%. Which makes sense because Yasuo is more of like a lane bully than like, what's it called? Yone is. Like Yone's more of a scaler, so it makes sense. But still, like early game is what matters in high elo, so that's why I think Yasuo is a lot stronger in this patch. Whereas Yone, or like stronger in this patch in high elo. Whereas in lower elo, I still think Yone is probably overall better, just because people aren't gonna punish you, even if it is a bad lane. Yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this tier list, and if you want me to do other tier lists like this. And yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Love you guys.